I'm at the bus stop, I say on the phone. Dad sounds pleased on the other end of the phone. I look at my new watch that Mum and Dad bought me when I got my new job. It is 8:16 in the morning, 14 minutes before the bus comes. There's no one else here yet, I say to Dad on the phone. He says he's really proud of me and asks if I feel alright about my return journey. Today is the first time I'm getting the bus to my work placement on my own. I have done the bus journey into town a few times with Nabila. Nabila is a travel trainer. Last time I saw Nabila, she asked, "Do you feel confident to do the journey yourself, Annie?" And I said yes. Mum, Dad and my sister were very happy and this made me happy too. I can't wait to tell everyone at work placement, Brian, Emma, Melanie and Safi. They'll be really proud as well. I see two people walking towards the bus stop, a man and a woman. They look a bit older than me. They're dressed in smart clothes and I think that they must be going to work as well. I think I have seen them before when Nabila took me to work on the bus. They stand behind me at the bus stop and I hear them talking quietly. "I'll ring you when I'm on the bus," I tell Dad. I put down the phone and I check my watch. 8:24. 6 minutes until the bus comes. I check my work bag, uniform and hairnet. We have to put our hairnet over our hair when we're working. It's very important when we're preparing food. Brian told me on my first day at the cafe. 8:25. Then I check my purse. Travel card and £4 coins in case I lose my travel card. Packed lunch is in my bag. I am allowed to get some food from the cafe, but I like to take my own. Mum packs it up for me. 2 cheese sandwiches, a bag of ready salted crisps, 4 tomatoes and a chocolate bar. 8:28. More people have arrived at the bus stop. I look down on the road. The bus is coming up the hill. It's 2 minutes early. I quickly reach inside my bag again, pull out my purse and my travel pass. My hands are slippery. I feel nervous but excited. The bus slows down and stops. The doors open. I step onto the bus and I show the driver my pass. He smiles. "Thanks, love," he says. I remember what Nabila said. I need to put the pass back into my purse. But my hands are still slippery and I drop the pass on the floor of the bus. I bend down to pick it up and my purse is still open and the coins drop and roll across the bus under the front seat. I'm on my hands and knees trying to pick up the money and I'm blocking the way. I hear the woman behind me sigh. "Take your time," I hear her say, but not in a nice way. The man she's with laughs and I start feeling hot. I know I'm blocking the way, but I need to pick up my money. The woman whispers something to the man again and I hear him laugh, louder this time. I find the last coin, put it back in my purse, zip it up and move down the bus. I sit on a seat near the front and next to the bell so I can ring it when I want to get off. The man and woman sit 2 seats beside me. A few people get on the bus and sit at the back. The bus pulls off. I take out my phone and ring Dad. "Hi, Annie," he says. I tell him I am on the bus. I drop my money but I've picked it up, I say. As Dad talks to me, I hear the woman behind me say to the man, "She is so annoying." Her voice goes right through me. The man replies, "I think she's one of those retards." Then they both snigger. This makes me scared and upset. I think about telling Dad on the phone, but I'm worried that they'll hear me. Luckily, when the bus pulls up at the next stop, a woman with a baby gets on and sits on the seat between me and the man and the woman. They don't say anything else for the rest of the journey, but when I ring the bell to get off the bus, I feel them stand up and wait behind me as the bus slows. I feel myself going red as I step off the bus. They walk past me and as they do so, the man says, "Have a nice day at work, weirdo." I wait until they walk away and I put my head down and hurry to my placement. That evening, I'm sitting at the table eating dinner with Mum, Dad and my sister, Sally. "Mum," I say, "what's a retard?" Mum stops eating and looks at Dad. "Where have you heard that word, Annie?" says Mum. I don't want to tell her at first, but eventually I tell them about the man and the woman on the bus and what they said. I tell them it made me feel very sad. "Is it a bad word?" I say. Dad stops eating and tells me I must ignore anyone who says hurtful things. I tell him I am worried about the man and the woman, and they'll be on the bus tomorrow. Dad says if anyone says anything upsetting, I can ring him on the phone. He will be at work, but I can talk to him. Later, when I go to bed, I hear Mum and Dad talking quietly in the sitting room. This is really going to knock her confidence, Mum is saying. It could escalate. Maybe we should call Nabila, ask her to travel with Annie again. Dad says they should wait. It might just be a one-off incident. Mum still sounds worried. If she gets a thing about the bus, Mum says, how's she going to get to a placement? We can't take her, we're at work. She could end up losing a job. I don't want to lose my job. I like working with everyone and seeing the customers. I go to bed, but I don't sleep very well. I keep thinking of the man and the woman on the bus, and I hope they aren't at the bus stop tomorrow. The next morning, I'm stood at the bus stop. It's 8:28. The bus will be here soon. The man and the woman are not here, and thinking that they're not coming today. 8:31, the bus is coming up the hill, 1 minute late. When the bus stops, I get on. I sit on the same seat and the bus sets off, but then immediately stops. The doors open. Hurry up, the bus driver shouts. I look through the window and I can see the man and the woman running beside the bus. When they get on, they seem a bit out of breath. They have obviously had to run to get the bus. I shuffle in my seat and look at my feet as they pass down the bus. What are you looking at? The woman says as they pass me. Again, I hear sniggers and then I feel them sitting on the seat immediately behind me. I reach for my phone. Dad said that I should ring him at work if I felt scared. He picks up straight away. Hi Annie, you okay? I tell him I am on the bus. He asks if everything is okay, but I can't say anything because the man and woman are sitting behind me. I put the phone down. Immediately I hear the woman say, fuck's sakes, can't you even catch a bus without phoning your daddy? I'm scared and I don't know how I should respond. Nobody has ever sworn at me before. I remember Dad said to ignore the hurtful comments. I look across the bus where an older woman sits. She looks uncomfortable and I know she heard what was said, but she doesn't say anything. The comments continue. Whispers behind me, but loud enough for me to hear. Comments about my hair and my pink coat and my voice. Retard, weirdo, annoying bitch. By the time the bus is near town, I'm crying. I try not to show it, but the man and woman must see it. Now the retard is crying, the man says. I just want them to leave me alone. I can't do this every morning. And then I remember what Mum said last night and I don't want to lose my placement. As I get off the bus, tears are streaming down my face. It's 3 weeks since I started getting the bus on my own. Most mornings, the man and woman are there. They always make comments at the bus stop, on the bus. I put my hands over my ear sometimes to stop me hearing, but sometimes they're on the bus home. One day I turned around in my seat. Stop it, I said to them, but that just seemed to make them laugh more. Stop it, they'd repeat in unkind voices. Sometimes Brian asks at work if I'm all right. You look upset, he says. But I don't want Brian to think I'm a baby, so I just tell him I'm all right. I don't want to tell Mum and Dad anymore. I'm frightened they'll tell me to stop going to work. I like my job and everyone at work. If only I just didn't have to catch the bus anymore.